Greetings and salutations, members of the interweb. It is I, Duncan Idaho, and we've got another episode of Star Trek Reliant for you tonight. We've got our usual cast of characters here, so let's proceed through our introductions, starting with our man-at-a-time and science officer, D. Wells.
Hi. Normal intro today. I'm playing Daniel. There is no bit.
We have our science officer, Grawl.
I'm going to disagree and say that Gobo is the best Pokemon.
We've got our security officer, Chorog.
Insert witty entry here.
We've got our con officer, Conrad Junrani.
This is Geraldine, and we've been doing this for 4 damn years. Why are you people still listening?
Madness? Embrace the madness.
I mean, that's why we're still playing.
We've got our XMO, CMO, and acting captain, Eli O'Connor.
Is anybody actually watching, or are we just screaming into the void?
And we've got our...
I was about to say, Rick, who was coming up in here saying, Rick actually keeps track of metrics. There are people who listen.
I know, we are number 1 in Saudi Arabia. Are we still number 1 in Saudi Arabia still?
I'll have to double check.
Okay, good.
We must know. And yeah, that was our chief engineer, Rex here. So tonight, let us begin with a little bit of a special ceremony occurring on the bridge of the USS Reliant. As the camera pans around after the opening theme and credits, we've got, the Reliant flanked by the USS Enterprise and a couple other Starfleet vessels. On the bridge of the Enterprise, there's a little bit of ceremony taking place, helmed by none other than Captain Sean. And Admiral Quinn is there too. But Captain Sean is taking the lead.
Admiral Quinn looks grumpy, as always.
This is too early in the morning for him. It's 1 p.m.
Actually, I blame the graphic update. Ever since the graphical update, Quinn just looks grumpy.
We're in 2410. This is pre-graphic update.
Oh, never mind. He still would have been nicely cheerful then.
The senior staff is assembled and looking very dignified as Captain Sean says, "And thanks to your efforts, many lives were saved, crisis was ended, and much worse consequences were averted. We thank you, crew of the USS Reliant, for your valiant efforts and your magnificent creative problem solving." Yes. He looks over to Admiral Quinn, and Admiral Quinn says, "In thanks, we have given you all a service medal, the Medal of Crap. God damn it. We're done improving this far." And I'm like, I don't want to be at the Medal of Freedom. That is, that's tainted. So
the Medal of God damn it.
The Medal of Valor, the Medal of Federation Valor, awarded to every member of your crew for their service this past week. And there's much applause.
I believe I speak for my crew when I say we are honored to receive such an award.
And the crew of the Enterprise begins passing out little boxes to the senior crew of USS Reliant. Each one contains a very tasteful-looking medal with a Federation insignia. Basically, the hull plating of one of the ships lost in the Dominion War.
Say that last part again.
The metal of the medal is wrought in the hull material of a ship lost in the Dominion War.
Okay.
And it's currently being passed out to the senior crew, but all of the members of the crew will get one. This is just the ceremony.
I'll also just go ahead and say that Daniel was asking senior crew, and I was just like, out of game, that basically just means the PCs.
Yeah, basically. And everyone gets their medals, there's much applause, and Admiral Quinn says, and to, there's a little bit of extra thanks, we will have arranged a special mission for you next. You are to proceed to the Iffar system for a little bit of a homecoming for a couple of your officers. There's just a minor little diplomatic matter. They've requested a couple of informal meetings, and from there you can return to Starbase Magellan.
Kara's tail flicks.
Setsa's tail flicks. Setsa looks to Kara.
Kara doesn't say anything because the bigwigs are there, but...
Setsa looks to the bigwigs, trying to hide a grumpy expression.
I was about to say, there's a wireless message that ends up going to Setsa's implants that simply says, "Oh, Lord, what's gone wrong now?"
Cetsa just replies through the implants with just one word, politics.
Could be worse. It could have been our vacation.
No more Ryza. No more Ryza. She's just looking anxiously at Quinn now, just waiting for that penny to drop. But Quinn is busy moving on to the last item of the ceremonies and says, in addition, it's time for a few promotions here. And he begins opening up another box into which there are rank pips. He goes over to Eli first and says, Captain O'Connor, I hereby promote you to the rank of Commander.
I am honored, very honored. I shall serve with dignity and pride.
Other rank pips are handed out. Basically, everyone else gets basically +1 to their rank. So, JB, you would definitely be lieutenant now. Daniel, actually no, JB, you're just.
I thought I was a
lieutenant.
lieutenant commander.
That would have been high because like you're not in. You're just going through the enlisted path now. Like you're starting on that from going from like crewman to enlisted. Actually. So a lot of people were lieutenant commander, but last session we did talk about you going into like basically officer training school.
Am I just a lieutenant then?
No, let's go ahead and actually make you lieutenant commander. Lieutenant commander now makes the most sense.
I was about to say the thing about having a lower rank just means you have somewhere to go. There is no upgrade to me from here. I can get medals, but I'm not going to be promoted unless they give me a ship.
Yep, and like DB, you are now chief, or that you're chief, been promoted up to the enlisted or the crewman ranks. And I think everyone else is either commander or lieutenant commander.
Checkers does not go for promotion. He's already Master Chief Petty Officer.
Yep.
I think, honestly, it's been a while.
I just have this image of Checkers that has the Mosin, and when they get to him, he pulls the rifle up and says, "Get away from me with that."
He's also like doing like the military drill salutes with the rifle.
Yes.
He's old school. He's the only one doing it on the bridge. He's just off on the side, like basically doing a one-man show with that.
He's spinning it. He's firing the blanks into the air. At least you hope they're blanks. If there's holes in the ceiling later, well, I guess we'll see.
When they get to John, when they get to Lieutenant Tardigrade, Quinn like begins to like lean down, but John's like, "No!" and he starts to run away. He will stay a lieutenant.
Okay, I was right. It was Master Chief Petty Officer for Checkers. At least they haven't made him a warrant officer.
There's much chuckling among the crew as John is refusing his promotion to stay at lieutenant. Quinn shrugs and says, "With that, well, that concludes festivities. We've got a small, my people have set up a small reception bar in the back. Feel free to indulge yourselves before returning to duty, although intoxication stims are highly recommended."
Kara salutes.
And with that, fancy thing is over.
And Kara's going to go turn and see what there is to drink.
There's fancy wine. There is a cheap bottle of spring wine. At least someone thought about the Ibby on board, but did not check whether one of them was currently still an Ibby.
Kara just goes and grabs the bottle of spring wine and holds it up and looks at Cetsa.
Cetsa looks at it with narrow eyes and says,
"Oh, come on. I'm sure if you drink enough, it'll start to taste good."
Fine. Wish they just had Soma.
Kara just kind of laughs and opens the bottle of wine and pours out 2 glasses.
There was also some Saurian brandy on board as well, or on offer as well, and just teas. Many teas.
After thinking about it for a minute, she pours a 3rd glass of wine and gives one to Graves as well as one.
Graves has been standing awkwardly around the place. He's the only one not to get promoted besides John.
Really?
Yeah. He's still just a commander right now.
I'm on par with Graves now.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, we have a lot of people in the commander seat. At this point, it literally is seniority and who is in charge of what that makes the difference.
Yeah. Oh no. Fast in a roll.
Okay.
Also,
yes.
you first.
Okay. Rick is going to have a bottle of Saurian brandy. Well, not a bottle,
All right.
but a large tumbler, I guess.
I was about to say, if you have a bottle of the Saurian brandy, you're not waking up until we've been on Iffar for a while.
Yeah.
What are we rolling for?
He's just rolling, don't worry.
He's just rolling. Yeah. The DM has not commanded anything.
Eli's father, also in attendance, just hands Eli a bottle of rum. Special rum. It's a black bottle.
John looks up at the rum. Looks over to Eli.
Eli looks at John. Yeah?
John does the universal gesture of gimme, as in gimme some.
I mean, I think this is for special occasions, he says, looking at the bottle. Eli's father's like, yes, very special occasions. And right now is a special occasion.
Special occasion. Share
All right.
with friends.
Eli's father goes over to the table and gets some glass. I forget what they're called, like the rocks glasses.
Yeah, the tumblers.
Tumbler. That's the word, not the website. And this is the rum.
It's black tot rum with the
It's the last of the British Royal Navy rum.
Special rum. Special rum.
It's the black tot.
Are you going to share with John?
Yes, John gets a pour. Anybody that wants a pour. O'Connor's just pouring for anyone.
John
Old
just
man's
offered-
pouring for anyone.
John is like taking the glasses and then rushing them over to people who want some. So first he rushes over to Jorog. Jorog, friend, rum, fancy rum, special naval rum.
Trog breaks his focus as he's been just staring out a window. You see, the other various crew members just celebrating with their family, and he's just staring out into space and just looks down at John and takes the shot and says, "Thanks, John. Appreciate it."
It is very good rum, very smooth, very delightful. Doesn't quite have the kick of venom, but it's a very cultivated drink.
It's very aged. It's been sitting since 1970. You're having 1970s rum.
Very good rum. Then John rushes over to Grawl.
Goro has a bottle of Murdor and scoops up a bit in his maw and then tips back his head to drink it.
John holds up the glass and says, "Want to follow that down with some special naval rum from Eli's dad?"
Sure. I think I have another bowl.
John pours the rum into his bowl.
Goro laps it up and... Wait, this isn't Cyberpunk, so there's no resist torture drugs.
That is called It's called fitness medicine. Go ahead and make that roll.
Or fitness command.
Yeah, fitness command, fitness medicine, other one. No successes. Grawl, the world is spinny. Very spinny.
Spinny. Goro spins a little and spreads his feathery arms before falling down to the ground.
John imitates the gesture, including falling over to the ground.
This is powerful stuff.
Yeah. And next we cut over to Daniel.
Daniel's just kind of he's not really well versed in like military type stuff. He doesn't really know exactly what this promotion means quite yet. He's just kind of standing by the bar, just kind of looking around. At some point, someone just kind of puts a glass of something that's green next to him, and he just kind of picks that up.
Oh dear.
Go ahead, take it. Take it. It's Saurian brandy.
No, Saurian brandy is red. This is Aldebaran whiskey.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got some Aldebaran whiskey. So, go ahead and give either a fitness command or a fitness medicine.
Well, command and medicine are both one, so...
I'm sorry.
Let's just hope you're physically fit then.
There's always anti-intoxicant stims. And yeah, with 2 successes there, you handle it relatively well and build up 1 momentum for the crew.
Yay.
Yay.
Meanwhile, over near the rest of the group, Cetsa just Kara just looks at Cetsa and says, "I guess I should tell my parents about, some things."
Yeah, that would probably be wise. Because, we're probably going to see them. It'd be weird if we visited Iffar and you just pop over to the farm.
Well, at least I sound the same. I'll send them an audio file and explain as much.
Body language is pretty much on point, too, apart from, changes in biomechanics.
Yeah, well, I'm taller now, and I don't have to look up at everyone.
No, I gotta look up at you. And she scratches Kara's chin.
Kara just kind of leans forward and just kind of boops her nose against Cetsa and just says, "Yeah, well, also means I can carry you now."
Yeah. And with that, the light festivities proceed on until the assembled dignitaries and guests depart for their respective ships and warp out, leaving Reliant to continue on across the what remains of the Beta Quadrant and to the Suana system in the Zarantine sector. It's a short warp flight. They were able to make use of some transwarp gate or two. And, with, a couple hours past, the crew is starting to get to the final approach to Iffar.
Yeah, I was about to say, I actually went with the party.
No, okay, we go back to the party.
Sorry, I only had a little bit more, but it's just Kara just looking at Graves and saying, I think I really like this ship now. I was, to be honest, I was always a bit let down being assigned to this tiny little toy boat.
Yeah, definitely, I'm a man for Star Drive sections, but yeah, the line's grown on me. And we've been managed to be able to, get this ship into peak shape without going through a major overhaul, too.
The stuff we were able to do to those Jem'hadar was hilarious. You'd almost think we were the Defiant or something.
Indeed. Got a little bit more grunt than the Defiant, too, with our, larger warp core, larger impulse engines. We get the power.
No.
Yeah, well, it was nice to run circles. I suppose it's not so bad not being on one of those heavy cruisers. Just means I get to humiliate them.
Style on him. And with Rick's roll for no successes, he did not hear Kara call Reliant a tiny toy boat.
She doesn't think that now. She just, used to.
Yeah. So, any other party business?
More rum.
More rum is had.
Throwing brandy, I think Rick also brings out some stuff that he's actually brewed as well. Something specifically for very a more fruity rum.
Cetsa's going to dive into that and greatly enjoys it.
Speaking of
Mr.
Cetsa,
Rick dear, are you brewing on my ship?
Considering all the things that go on the Reliant, I think some known managed stills are the least of our concerns, security-wise.
See, it's not my concern. I'm hurt you decided not to share until now.
Speaking of Cetsa, there's a small cheer that goes up from the assembled pair of Ibby when the spring wine is finally done and they can go drink something else without guilt.
Graves took the bullet on that one.
Checkers immediately hands both Cetsa and Kara a beer, like big beers, big bottle beer.
Cetsa's been having a lot of drinks, so she's getting pretty drunk by now.
It's special from home, and it's not burrito juice, I promise.
They have some.
Tastes like chocolate.
It's very good.
I was about to say, as soon as you say chocolate, Kara's opening the bottle. You got my attention.
Imbiki dark.
Cetsa's is sipping it, and then she's like sitting in sort of like a cute reserve posture, but her tail is wagging furiously as she's sipping it.
I've managed to get the recipe in the replicator. Scanners are great.
Thank you, Checkers.
Kara, takes back a big swig of it and just kind of smiles at the taste. And then after a minute, she just kind of screws up her face and has this odd look on her face. And then she just has this giant burp and just says, "Oh man, I don't think it likes the spring wine."
Oh no! Damn you, dollar store spring wine.
Damn them.
The cardboard box spring wine.
Cardboard box spring wine replicated on Ferenginar, mass distributed across the Alpha Quadrant, sold only to the most select space station convenience stores.
The
kind of wine where the smallest box is 10 liters and it costs 5 credits.
Yeah,
and sadly,
the box wine, the space bag wine, the cheap stuff that you can't get rid of and tastes horrible.
And what's worse?
I don't mean offense, Beth. Don't they call it goon in Australia?
We do. That's why I specifically avoided saying it that way.
And the one last thing about it, apart from Cetsa's replicator library, it's the only spring wine Starfleet has in replicator files that they've got a license to distribute.
Star Trek. We do have luxury space communism, but also don't forget your replicator codes are bought by the people who will pay the least amount.
All right. Anything else for the party? Okay. So we move on, but there's a time component to this too.
Just one more thing.
Okay, just one more thing. Go for the one more thing.
Eli puts an arm around Graves. No hard feelings, right?
Graves looks over. What?
About me, being the same rank as you and now, with the ship. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings. I'm just in a holding pattern right now. Review's going on. Think it's going well.
All right. Well, you could be my first officer when this is all over. No, I'm kidding.
Graves narrows his eyes at Eli and says,
Eli's grinning.
Might be other plans afoot for this, but take you up on the offer if it comes to it.
He smiles and, did you try the rum? Apparently my dad got it. It's really old.
Yeah, John gave me some. It's really good.
All right. Well, I think somebody wants to end the party.
All right. Moving on from the party. I just realized I was doing a little bit of a Matt Berry inflection there, or at least trying to. The man's infected me. Anyway, though. So, Reliant, Beta Quadrant, going to the Suwana system, where the planet of Iffar is. The homeworld of the Ibby. Does anyone spend the time, the couple hours you've got, trying to study up on Ibby culture, or at least tourism instructions?
Kara has a thing she spends time doing, so she's out of the shared quarters for a while from Cetsa.
You also were born on Iffar.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have something she wants to use this time for.
Indeed. Anyone else who is unfamiliar with Iffar, and this is the first time going, do you do any prep work?
Goro will do so, but it'll probably be like a bad manual.
Okay, science insight on the bad manual, like the generic tourist manual.
Did everyone else go silent, or is my thing fucking?
I was just waiting for Garal's roll.
Yeah, sorry, I had to pull up my page.
All right, 2 successes. With that, you're able to get a general idea of the layout of Iffar. So the capital city is Otakon. It is a major trading hub for the local sector, which lies, or they're basically right on the border between Federation and Klingon space. As such, they've maintained a considerable amount of neutrality, especially in conflicts, although they're starting to lean a little bit more towards the Federation. They're known for their biomedical industries in particular, and in some respects, they are more advanced than Starfleet in those areas. But they lack the grunt of a big navy and sprawling territories, so they are somewhat natural resource poor, especially with their focus on ecological conservation over maximizing resource extraction, although they do have a lot of asteroid and gas giant. So with that information in hand, you've actually got a pretty good idea of what the EB are, and you know that the stock catchphrase that the Ferengi version of the tourist manual gave you is a nonsense statement that basically says, "Hello, can I have your fish?" You know not to use that phrase.
Carr just looks at him later. No, it's mine.
JB or DB or Rick?
Daniel will have been given a pamphlet, but only skimmed it, because we've never had to do prep work before meeting before going to a new planet that isn't that's already been through first contact and stuff. We've never really had to prep for this before, so why start now? I'm sure it'll be fine.
Charles will take a stab at it.
Same with Rick. He's more focusing on tourist things, like maybe some museums or art galleries, things like that.
What do I roll for this?
This would be a reason science roll. And for DB, I looked up the Ibi language dictionary that we've got that I've used for past projects, and I'm giving you a phrase.
Yes.
The pamphlet says that is hello and how to greet someone properly on Iffar.
Daniel, I guess, picks that up while skimming, and probably won't use it because we've got translators, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, you could try to say it, and then the translator will allow that through, and it gives it a little bit of a home feeling, which it'd be appreciate. They appreciate the effort. JP, you also have that phrase. Furskar Sunab tu.
Does that mean my shuttlecraft is full of eels?
You don't know that. You've also got a just general range of it's a bit of a backwater, tiny thing, probably join the Federation soon, blah, 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 blah. And then, so...
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, okay, you just have another go at it?
Yeah, because I think I did the wrong thing.
Okay, yeah, so now with 3 successes, you build up another momentum for the group, and... Yeah, you got the nuance take. So you know the capital, you know their trading relationships, you know that they kind of balance the Federation and Klingon Empire, and that they're leaning more Fed, but they still keep up good relations with the Klingons. Because, and this is something that you recognize from your own experiences, on the pirate side and just sort of life outside the Federation, they're actually a major supplier of biomedical products and first aid equipment for the Klingon Empire. And that winds its way through a lot of different groups, even like the Orion. So they have kind of cornered the market on medical export.
Okay, Rick rolled a complication when trying to find anything that's touristy.
The Mystery Shack.
You accidentally cross-link the tourist pamphlet with a tourist pamphlet for the Orion homeworld.
And Rick's just sort of looking at it, confused a little bit.
Established dominance, watch out for matriarchs, and there's a conspicuous use of pheromones.
Okay, so he will do it again and ask for pheromone blockers.
What was that?
He will go find Ged and ask for pheromone blockers.
Okay, you do that. All right, and then DB, did we have a roll from you? Was that earlier?
No.
Okay.
I said I skimmed a pamphlet.
And, yeah. And you've got the phrase. Friskar Sunab tu.
This is gonna be some Echo Triarchedia type beat.
All right. So, at any rate, though, The USS Reliant begins its enters drops out of warp near Iffar and begins to make its way towards the planet, passing through a security net, a sort of our defensive grid with a bunch of automated defenses, but some small patrol vessels as well. It looks sleek. They look pretty efficient, pretty new, and with a few design flares that you might not see on Federation ships. Just little bits of accenting, swirls, details. It just looks like someone added some, almost Victorian decoration onto a starship.
The Hesperians here.
No, not that far. It's just, they just got a little bit more of a design flair. The ships are not entirely like you. All right. So you pass through the defensive grid, and Kara, are you on the con?
No. Kara actually is tapping at the door of her quarters.
Cetsa rushes over, wrapped up in a towel, and opens the door.
Well, this is going to make the scene a little more interesting than it was meant to be.
Sorry, I was taking a shower real quick.
No, I said that out of character, and I think it's funny, actually. Kara actually just kind of blinks and looks at Cetsa and says, should I come back?
No, shower time. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, so I can step into shower. We can have conversation.
No. I need you out here. And Kara fidgets and pulls a box from behind her back.
Cetsa looks at the box. She sort of tucks the towel in so it doesn't come undone, and she takes the box.
This is for you. I probably should have done this. But
what is it?
Open it and find out.
Cetsa opens the box.
And inside is a decorated sash, a Loatani.
Oh! Cetsa bounces up and hugs Kara.
So, I take that as a positive response.
It is a positive response, and I have to look... Okay. Yeah, okay. So Cetsa says, it's good. I mean... I'm seeing graves, but yeah, we're flexible.
Kara just snickers at that, having a mental image she probably shouldn't have.
And Cetsa says, so of course, Sept and, yeah.
Anyway, Kara gives her a hug and just says, I probably should make sure that the IOD...
Yeah, sounds good. I'm going to get dressed and, finish washing up here. Although wash up, then get dressed.
Probably better in that order. And Kara just kind of turns and gives us a little wave.
And for context, the Loatani... I don't want to look this up again, is a small sash given in the early stages of courtship.
Kind of past the early stages, but hey!
Yeah! So cute moment. Anyway, Ensign Moon takes the first communication and says, Sir, we're being hailed by AB Orbital Defense.
On screen.
On screen is... Well, looks like a grand dame, a elderly woman in tight and also ornate and armored robes. She says, Greetings. I take it you are Captain Eli O'Connor?
That indeed I am. Whom do I have the pleasure?
I am Chief Security Coordinator Noriela Kaiken. I have instructions for your ship for, an easier way of getting towards planet than the usual route. No customs scans, declarations, paperwork. We have a special facility.
Fascinating.
Yes.
And what prompted this, might I ask?
Well, you are, notable people bringing notable maybe towards Iffar. And it would help if we just, started proceedings a little bit earlier. Then, going through the usual transits and getting to the administrative complex, we've got the first of a few trading stations where we can have some private conversations before getting towards the planet.
All right. Forward us the instructions. My con officer will take... I almost said con man.
It's checkers.
Checkers. Wrong one. Okay. My con officer will take care of it.
The security coordinator nods and the screen flicks off. The coordinates are towards one of a set of stations. They're cylindrical, they're circular in design, sort of facing away from the planet and maintaining a geosynchronous orbit. There's sort of large, sort of lower structure to it, which is possibly some kind of advanced transport array. And on the upper surface facing away from the planet, well, there's a considerable amount of firepower attached to these stations. The other thing of note is that these are also fairly ornate. So from that central disk that makes up the body of the station, you have a lot of decorative, almost looking like carved woodwork at the sort of the edges of the station and forming some, nice looking decorative patterns. Again, the Ibby are taking care with making their stuff look less utilitarian than even Starfleet.
this point, Kara has also reached the bridge. She is dressed in sort of a traditional Eddie robe, and she just nods to Eli and goes to sit down at the other con station.
And with this, Ensign Moon or Lieutenant Commander Moon at this point, is able to bring the Reliant into dock with one of these stations. Specifically, it is titled, I'm stalling for a little bit of time here. It is...
Which is a very poetic name. I'm stalling for a little bit of time here.
I had an original name for these kinds of stations in the Foundry. I think I'm just going to come up with what I called it. So it is entitled Concordance 1.
Kara just ends up looking at it. Fancy.
All right, just typing in chat. Since I promoted Ensign Moon, promoted Moon. He is not our designated Kim, but John is. John is our designated Kim. He is our friend.
The same.
I mean, I can undo the promotion.
No, it's fine.
All right. So, anyway, though. So, you've got a docking port, which snugs in firmly with the Federation standard, and the docking port is also fairly complex, able to interface with a broad variety of ships. So, it's very much designed to facilitate interspecies trade with a little bit of extra security for ships in dock. There's also some extendable docking facilities too, but Reliant doesn't need it at this time.
And if it did, that's what we have John for.
Yes. He takes very good care to scrub the outer hull. He clean. The baby tardigrades all go out.
Once the ship has been brought into dock, Kara just kind of stands and turns into Eli and says, "So, are we dismissed from duty now?"
Yeah, initiate shore leave protocol.
Kara just goes, "Woohoo!" and runs for the turbo lift.
Graves says, I have a feeling that it's not going to be.
Yeah.
So any bets on whether or not it's Kara or Cetsa?
Well, I mean, you've already seen what Kara thinks of this.
She can have her hopes dashed too.
I mean, fair.
But no, it's going to be Cetsa. Though people can attend for moral support. But yeah, once they dock, they also get a polite communication from the planetary security coordinator that there's a small delegation waiting to meet with Cetsa Jagoro.
Taken?
There's a small delegation waiting to meet with Cetsa Jagoro.
Well,
so does this go only to Cetsa, or does this go to the staff?
Well, the staff get the notification. Everyone's got the notification that there's a delegation waiting. It was sent officially to Reliant.
Kara stops, giggling like a schoolgirl, then instead goes to collect Cetsa. This problem won't be fun.
Eli is already on his way to collect Cetsa. Also wanting to be there from all.
Eli's also on his way to collect Cetsa. And the other thing about this too is that the station is your primary conduit to get to Iffar. So everyone going on shore leave or just attending the group and seeing what's going on, you're all going to be going on to this.
I just like the idea that 3 different people just showed up to go ahead, grab Cetsa, and frog march her onto the station.
She's just gonna recoil and just say no, and Graves and Graves and Eli are gonna just carry Cetsa by one by each arm and just carry her out towards the docking port.
Kara's just walking in front, telling people to get the hell out of the way.
Rick is just sort of in the connection tube, sort of examining the port, sort of quite an adaptable thing that can accept Federation Klingon and all these other different standards of docking connection.
And interestingly, it's achieved through mechanical engineering. You cannot see that any shenanigans with replicators or force fields are being used to sort of smooth over the gaps. They have just engineered this thing damn well.
He's in the middle of that when the procession with Cetsa
People just point the procession out of just being around, just seeing the people heading over and just shrug, hey, let's out over with them. Because that's where the party.
I was about to say, we need people following us, looking down at the ground forlornly, just clanging bells.
Trog joins in. Why not?
All right, Grawl and DB.
Sure, why not?
Daniel's just Daniel doesn't know where to go, so he's just gonna follow someone who does.
You follow the group. And with that, they take the docking port over, and in the first little foyer, sort of connecting to the station, it's still a small chamber that leads in that has a few assorted lockers and a position where there might have been a security officer or just attendants waiting to assist incoming travelers. But you just see this old woman in the deep blue armored robe, who introduced herself as Noriella Kaiken. Who's in front?
Kara, who just kind of goes in and announces, We have brought the prodigal child. Bring her forth. And she steps aside teasingly.
And Cetsa's just looking crestfallen as she's brought up in front. Kaiken looks up at her, looks her up and down, taps her walking stick and says, "Well, have to do. No family plethia, but I don't think you would have been given that yet. All right. Child, it's a den of vipers in there. So," she looks awkwardly. Be careful.
Ooh, den of vipers, ma'am. Does that mean I have permission to choke them?
Not as yet. We have one assembly member, one member of the Ibby noble families, and representative of the Ibby administrative program, specifically the interact. So, Veligagoro is not visiting you as yet, although you'll certainly get this time. The big news to get out of the way first is, well, Vela's position. She is retiring.
Okay, that's interesting, but what does that have to do with Cetsa?
Some want Cetsa to replace her.
What?
Car just busts out laughing.
Cetsa just looks shocked. And for those who've read up on the Ibby tourist pamphlets and materials, the Ibby have they're kind of like their chief administrative official is this chief administrator. She is they are trained and even augmented from birth to become a very even-handed, reasonable, creative, and thoughtful, just administrator of the the democratic assembly. So they're just engineered not for superior ambition like Earth augments were, but in the opposite direction. So increased intelligence, increased problem-solving capability, but not really above the population, what that's able to produce. It's basically okay, instead of just leaving this up to chance, let's just do some tweaking on people that we think are going to be good for the program.
Designer civil servants, basically.
Yes. And once their tenure is done, they basically retire to public life, which goes variously. But the current administrator is Veligagoro, who looks a lot like Cetsa, but older and crankier. And she's retiring now. And
she's only crankier than Cetsa until you tell Cetsa there's no unit.
Yep. Someone has just said they want Cetsa to take over her job.
So Kara just kind of laughs and goes over to Cetsa and puts a hand on her shoulder. And it's not that I don't think you can't do it, Astagilia, but yeah, you have it.
Cetsa says, I do. I like the job. I like research. I like writing papers. I like going out and doing science and petting animals and being with friends.
Don't worry, Cetsa. Nobody's going to take you. You'll have to go through me.
That's good. Bring Ryuji.
Ryuji saunters up, the big kitsune man. He's just towering over.
She looks to Ryuji and Chorog and says, "Okay, you guys are going to be my bodyguards."
Wait, but Eli's just.
I need operatives too. Don't worry, Eli.
I literally shot rockets at a guy's face for you.
Okay,
I can do what they do.
You're okay. You're a bodyguard too. We get 3.
Okay.
Trog looks up from his conversation with O'Connor and what am I bodyguarding?
Me, Cetsa.
That beautiful body right there. You are to guard it.
I don't get it. What's going on?
Someone's wanting me to do politics, and I don't want to do politics.
We're basically preparing to make sure that Cetsa doesn't get volunteered.
Yeah, that's it. And the old woman says, very enthusiastic and perhaps a bit wise at this moment. And Graves just kind of looks Kaiken up and down and says, "Yeah, I don't think it's kind of the job of the planetary security coordinator to meet with us like this."
That's a good point.
Kara looks back at her and says, "Yeah, well, don't worry. I'll behave. At least as long as they do."
Very good. She's trying to dodge the question that Graves posed.
Eli was the one that pointed out, that's a good point. And, he's just waiting. He's staring, waiting.
Trog is still wondering to himself who the lady in the fancy pajamas is.
Yeah, that's what they're getting at. She's the chief security coordinator, so the head honcho for planetary defenses and security investigations. It's like the head of the FBI is meeting with you.
J. Edgar Hoover?
Same taste and dress.
I was about to say, the funny thing here is I'm just quietly pointing out, it could also be that Kara doesn't need an answer to this question, so isn't concerned.
Yeah. Rick, no successes.
Yeah, no successes. Rick doesn't, he doesn't quite get the meaning of what's going on, but he's there just sort of looking to Cetsa, and, well, if people do try something, well, we'll figure out a way either through force or through shenanigans of some kind or another.
All right. Does anyone also want to make a reason or a insight command roll to try to figure out what the relationship between the security coordinator and Cetsa is.
I'll do it. What did you say it was?
Insight command.
Is this a one-person thing or an anyone thing?
Anyone thing. Because anyone is like, you're all standing here. You all have the same information.
Insight.
2 successes for Chorog, no successes for DB.
To be fair, some of us have more information than others, which is why we're not rolling.
Yeah, Graves is kind of cheating in this, but hey.
I like
no
the clacky dice, even though we
again?
don't have actual dice.
Insight command, if Growl wants to make a roll. Or if Barry is joined in too.
I think Faber's still on the ship.
All right. Waiting for any last rolls?
Sorry, it's still saying command. There we go.
Okay. Okay, Grawl, you're going to blurt out a question. You're going to ask Kaiken if she's a Bene Gesserit.
Hey, are you a Bene Gesserit? I believe there's a question I need to ask you. Quayshe Su Nab 2.
She just you just get a slow turning of the head and looking down, and she is very confused about this creature who looks like a tiny bird person who is asked in emphatic terms, "Please give me your fish."
Kara just walks over and just gently pats Grawl and just says, "You tried, buddy."
That wasn't right?
The lady says, "It was an effort." But everyone
no, it wasn't. But good try.
But to everyone else, this is she's acting out of familiar concern. And given, the age difference and just sort of general demeanor, Kaiken is probably Setsa's grandmother, as in the mother of the person she was calling for. But yeah, she's grandmama.
Anyway, don't worry. We'll take care of the prodigal child. You'll see her again. Probably still in the Starfleet Blues.
Very good. Though, note she's wearing green right now.
That's because she's off duty.
All right. Very well. Be safe, my child, and perhaps we'll be able to meet with Vela in happier. But for now, be careful.
Later, Mama Kaiken. And then Kara just turns to everybody and says, "All right, serious face is on. Now we have to go deal with real people."
Setsa slowly turns to Kara because she didn't see the connection. Is Kara Kaiken's already walking off? Is that serious?
Do you have to ask that?
What's up?
Does she really not?
Ray says, know? "I don't." She doesn't know.
Should we tell her? Should we tell her?
Tell me what? Okay. Maybe later.
I feel like this is. We might forget.
I feel like this is actually a great time for a break.
Yeah, let's go for a break as the group tells Cetsa that Kaiken is her grandmother. And
so we are telling.
Group. Yeah, you guys all tell her, and she just has a little bit of this day is just getting weird.
Checkers is going to go hit on her grandma. I mean, what?
Hey?
Silver Fox.
She's Silver Fox, and she's single right now.
I mean, Checkers is old.
I mean, although Eli's dad could.
Eli's dad is
older than everyone.
Yeah.
Daniel is the second oldest man here.
Oh, so Eli's dad isn't here right now.
He departed with the other ships.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, Daniel's age has a difference between bodily age and chronological age.
All right, quick. What do I roll for Checkers to flirt?
Oh yeah, I mean, off screen. Go ahead and give me a presence command roll.
You fucking fool.
If she hadn't walked away, I was going to have Daniel wish her Frisky Subaru as they left.
You can still do that.
To be fair, you did see Grawl try a variation of that phrase that didn't work.
I mean, you could always just give it for fun. It's just sort of in the spirit of the moment. So she'll wave good-naturedly at that as they depart. And Checkers, you kind of follow along and just have a very, very good conversation with her, enjoying it at the bar.
Yeah, I was about to say, I imagine the conversation went something like, "Hey, want to get a drink?" Kaiken looks over. "God, yes."
Yeah, pretty much. So the crew, after telling Cetsa she just met her grandmama, proceeds to the main lobby of the training station. It's a nice area. I mean, you've got a really big fountain in the middle and a lot of little sitting areas here and there. And there's a small little entourage waiting for Cetsa that kind of blinks as they see such a large group accompanying her, but the first individual steps up and says...
Well, actually, as they come in the room, Kara announces, "May I present the Lady Cetsa Jigoro, Commander of Starfleet of the USS Reliant." And she very specifically emphasizes the rank and name of organization as she kind of gestures to Cetsa.
Just I'm looking for names.
Might as well start this off on the right foot here by showing them where we stand.
a ornate lady in an ornate robe with brilliant carite shoulder pads, so brilliant sort of bronzy resplendent metal, steps up and says, "Damn it, there we go. Hello, I am Yilnes Timon, a lady of House Timon, and I greet you here in this very new and very modern and very ambitious starbase project to have a brief conversation with you." So this is a member of the Ibi nobility. She big lady. She's strong.
And Kara's just staring at her because she's like, well, get to it.
Okay, she just leads the group over to a sitting area. It's basically a large circle of it's a large like sofa circle sort of inset into the floor with a small table in the middle with drinks spread around. There's a few individuals already seated. They look, very formally dressed and suited. One of them looks up and says, hello, I am Hariandal Mocha. I am the representative for the Abbey Administrative Assembly. I thank you so much for joining us here today. Yes, we also have Grig Nashal, who is a member of the IOD, as well as Repkit Noel of the Abbey Administrative Program. Cetsa looks through the group and says, yeah? And Lady Timon puts a hand on her shoulder as the group sits down and says, my dear Degoro.
I will say that Kara remains standing, towering over the group.
People can remain standing. Graves is like helping himself to drink, sitting down casually. Like he's in a sort of in a field jacket, and like he is not dressed for the part, and probably deliberately so.
I just like the idea that probably Chorog and Kara are both standing like the very tallest, bulkiest members.
Other people can also be helping themselves to snacks.
Eli is sitting next to Cetsa. I would ask you from touching her without asking first, gesturing to her hand on her shoulder.
My apologies. She withdraws the hand, bows, and sort of it does a formal apology bow and says, well, as I'm sure you've all been told, the chief administrator is stepping down within the few months, and a replacement is currently being sought among several candidates, and there are some who would like to include Cetsa in that list. Cetsa says, yeah, and Graves says, all right, who do you got for candidates? The lady says, well, we've got my daughter, Serka Timon, is one of those candidates, as well as Kosam Rial, a more conventional candidate from the Ibi Administrative Program.
And Kara just says, and you are aware that the person that you are asking has other responsibilities.
Indeed so. Who has, been exiled from Iffar and certainly has a tenuous relationship with our planet. I
was about to say, on the word exiled, Kara twitches.
Yes, it was informal, but very unfortunate. I did not approve it. It was something that, I would say my rivals in House Veneruga and House Garana are pushing. I myself favor reconciliation. That's why I advanced Cetsa's name is one I would add to the list, even though she is not a formal candidate. She has the genes that make her temperament quite amenable, and certainly a lot of training that would bring fresh insight into the program.
You mean you advanced her name without her knowledge or consent?
As a possibility. In order to have a conversation like this, where we more formally ask, does she want it? We can proceed with, matters from there. If not, then the matter is settled and, she doesn't have to think that she is the sole candidate in this search, too. Hopefully it's not my daughter. She has other responsibilities as well, but she'd certainly make a fine administrator.
So, what say you?
I said no.
All right, she said no. Let's go.
All right. Thank you for meeting us. And, Lady Timon just kind of looks to the side. The other members are just kind of looking a little bit dumbfounded, but sort of nod. And the group is basically free to leave with whatever drinks and snacks they want.
Kara bows slightly and helps Cetsa up, quietly saying, I don't know what they were expecting.
Chalk struggles to stand up.
And Cetsa looks back and says, why is Velajigoro stepping down? I mean, that's probably good to know. I mean, she is not through her tenure yet. She's still got a few more years. So what's up with that? And the representative for the administrative program says, Velajigoro, her health is not as it was. She is a relatively old member to enter the administration. And she's just decided to spend her life doing other things. It's a personal decision, though I'm not aware of any dire medical necessity that would precipitate this. She just wants to quit. He says it with a little bit of disdain.
The loss of Fail probably has something to do with that. Kara just says coldly to the man.
The man in front of Rugs, he's kind of implacable and perhaps he's probably had the greatest interest of Cetsa in the end. So he's pretty happy that Cetsa just said no. And with
Well, he's a dick, but we agree.
and with that, like the member of the administrative assembly is kind of looking a little bit more like flustered. He kind of wants to have a conversation with Cetsa, but sees the group leaving and he's not going to make any entreaties. But he looks like an app, so if anything comes up, he might be some in contact with. And then, yeah, that kind of covers it. So the IOD person was just sort of like conversing with Lady Time on point. So the group is basically can make their escape and take whatever bottles that they see fit.
Quickly hustles Cetsa out of there.
I was expecting them to be a bit more forceful with thought.
Well, definitely. I don't think this is over.
Cetsa says, "No, it's not. I mean, with so much here, I mean, there's something up here. Like, I'm okay. I'd be kind of shit at the job, but he's kind of out of left field to, ask for me. Like, typically, like, I mean, I'm a clone of Vela, but like that was kind of on point for why they didn't want me on Iffar.
And if they suddenly want you back, there's definitely a reason behind it.
Yeah.
It might not be a bad idea to write to Vela directly.
Yeah.
Although I was right when I said that I can understand why she'd want to retire.
Yeah. So, Kara, we need a safe spot.
Easy. My family. They're not going to bother us there.
Yeah. Let's go. Transporter.
I was planning on camping. I already have a tent set aside. I think, Graves, you do too, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right, we got tents.
Okay.
I helped Graves get a fancy tent.
Yes.
Kara just kind of looks dumbfounded at him and says, "Look, you want to sleep outside? You can sleep outside, but I'm not."
John is like hurrying, scuttling after the group. Also, Graves looks up and down at Eli and says,
Yo,
so that's a large jacket you're wearing.
I'm not wearing a jacket.
Okay, now I wanted to do a bit.
I'm wearing my uniform. What?
Okay, just uniform. Okay. Do you have a large?
I haven't had time to change.
Okay. Do you have a large bag
No,
for like camping stuff? Okay.
it's ready to be beamed down. He's not wearing.
Okay. Graves looks down and just looks down at Eli and says, Eli, you've got company.
Huh?
There's folks.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. They're with me.
Okay, cool. I mean, he didn't mention it, so yeah.
They just sort of do that, you know?
Okay, well, taking the Fox's camping.
Yeah.
And with that, the group proceeds over the transporter room, locks down to Kara's farm, and beams down to Kara's farm.
And basically, the group arrives in what is basically a large kind of dirt road that leads up to what appears to be a large and fairly oldish farmhouse. Around the various different places, different fields where there are different vegetables growing, and there's a paddock with a bunch of just sheep just kind of wandering around. There's not enough of them there that they're not a major crop. It looks like they're probably just something the family does for their own. Also, they are met there by a doggo wearing a Starfleet collar with the pip rank of ensign.
John goes over and salutes.
Kara reaches down and pets Nala. Good to see you, girl.
Cetsa, better. Feels good. So okay, so you know what? I'm gonna go let's go with bed with you, but let's set up with the campsite
Oh
for
my,
the others.
so forward, and I just gave you the Loatani.
Graves is just laughing.
Eli's
Cetsa's
trying not to laugh.
Cetsa's very flustered and says, okay, I meant like, sleeping inside, but then they want to sleep in like outside.
I mean, we have furniture. We're gonna have beds.
Okay.
So we're gonna be sleeping on the dirt.
Graves nods and says, we are being very gentlemen. The most refined forms of camping.
Kara nods and fidgets, clearly nervous, and just says, "All right, well, anyway, come on, let's go see my parents.
Okay.
They're former administrators, so they can bullshit with the best of them, and if anybody tries to bother us, well, they can figure out all the different rules that say they can't."
Well,
Very good. Peak protection.
While Kara and Cetsa and all that is going on, Rick is just going over the farm looking for the most primo spot to set down in terms of the view, in terms of sort of general flat area that, a proper camp can be set up with multiple people.
Well, the farm itself is kind of built in a valley between several larger hills, so flat space is not hard to find. More or less, all you have to do is go find a grassy area that hasn't been given over to crop, rotation currently. And it's not too hard walking around to find one of those. You find one that's a fair ways off. The farmhouse is still barely in the distance, but you're much closer to the tree line than you are to much else.
I think this will do quite nicely. We can set a campfire here, get a grill going. I think there's plenty of room around for various tents and other furniture for the campsite. We can do in chairs or like a log roll. What do you think?
Went with him.
Wait, was that a question for me? I was typing something.
Well,
I was just asking who actually went with Rick.
I was about to say, Rick basically just wandered off on his own and found a good spot to go.
okay. Well, then he will summon. He will come back, let everyone know that he's found the spot that he thinks is good, and he's got some ideas, but he would just sort of appreciate input in terms of just the structure and logistics around getting a full-on proper camp set up.
That is a question for Kara. Is there wood around for Chorok to try to build a log chair?
Well, with the grounds are very well taken care of, so there's not just any wood lying around. If you ask, there might be some stored in like a barn or something, or they might have permission for you to just go ahead and chop down a tree if you want. But this is a generally very well kept area, so you're not just going to find large chunks of wood just kind of sitting around.
So the group that's still together proceeds up, and they're at the farmhouse.
And
I guess
Kara
Eugene
still
helps in camp.
Kara still fidgeting, just presses the doorbell.
Ding, da, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, that sounds like an Earth motif. Music-wise.
Well, music theory is relatively universal.
True. It's just...
Ding, 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 ding.
I thought it was done.
Yeah, I think it's still going.
Ding, 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 ding.
There's activity inside.
It just keeps going.
All right. Okay, parents, Kara, me or you?
I thought it was you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can
Just
play
a
the
sec.
father, but I thought you would at least, take a little bit here.
Yeah. Okay, I just wasn't quite sure which one, and if not both. All right. So the first one meeting the group is older looking and the fit Ibby woman. She introduced her. She says, hello there. I'm Cetsa. I see. And yeah, Graves. Oh, Reliant crew. Yes. I'm Milena Tamrani, and I'm Kara's mother.
And there's a moment of more fidgeting before Kara just says, "Hi, mommy."
she beams like, Kara, I saw your note, and I wasn't sure. Oh, thank God you're not the tardigrade.
Kara laughs and gives her mother a hug. And standing, nearby, kind of holding on to her mother's sort of, robe, is just a small Ibby toddler who's just kind of looking up at the group with wide eyes.
Cetsa looks down and is like, oh, hi there, little bro.
There is a
big.
shy wave.
Chorog, you see little Ibby.
Yeah, that's my brother, Jem'hadar.
What does Chorog do when confronted with small child?
Trog looks down. Who are you?
Jem'hadar.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's a bit of a moment. Jem'hadar
Who do you belong to?
points up at Melina.
Okay, I'm Chorog.
You're big.
Yes, I am.
He eats his vegetables.
Trog just looks at it like, what's a vegetable?
You know what a vegetable is. He nudges Chorg with his elbow.
Points to the farm plots.
Oh, that green stuff I don't eat.
And I also give a moment for Daniel. You are seeing a very prosaic family scene here.
Architecture isn't all that dissimilar to what you've seen on Earth, although it does have a slight, what you would consider Asian bent to it.
Daniel's just kind of standing towards the back of the group, just kind of looking on. He's just kind of, I don't know, it's been a while since he's seen such a normal family interaction that wasn't in space.
This is also the first kid you've seen since Coming to the Future.
Kara just spends this time either reintroducing people to her mother or introducing people brand new, which includes, of course, Chorog and, DB.
And Grawl.
Oh, yes, and Grawl. And I will admit that whenever she's talking about Grawl, you can tell that she's using a word that the Universal Translator is refusing to translate. And you get the feeling that she's using the word because it will do that.
I think I figured it out this time. Is it Pendle Fruit Stew Nabtu?
I mean, better, I guess.
Yeah, they probably got some pendle fruit here.
Yay.
At this point, Trog basically got down on his knees to be at the child's level just to have a conversation.
The kid is very inquisitive about various different things that Chorog has on him. Knife, disruptor, what's that? Where'd that come from? How'd you get that?
Do you with the face spikes?
Well,
Can I touch them?
Trog just, okay.
Kid does so, and then he looks up at Melina. Mommy, I want to grow face spikes.
Well, we can bring it up with augmentation people, but for now, let's just, let your father know that we've got company. Harry will certainly be, happy to see everyone is, and, of course, see how Kara's been getting along. She's just, Kara's transition.
Okay. Jem'hadar just kind of runs off into the house yelling, Daddy! And Melina just kind of leads everyone into the living room.
Trog looks over at O'Connor. I'm not used to being around children.
How do you think I feel? I'm in my 20s and they just had me a baby son. Or a baby brother. Melina looks over at her. Yes, but dear, you don't have to be here to deal with him all the time.
Yeah, well, it's okay, Choro. You'll get used to it.
And at this point, I mean, the group can, take a seat or just kind of keep standing around with the expect going back outside in a minute. But eventually a man comes down the stairs.
A very tall and kind of wiry man with very large spectacles who just kind of blinks several times and goes, Oh, the Reliant people! Hi! Hello! Why are you here?
They want to do politics at me. Yeah.
Imperian. And then Imperian just goes, well, that's awful rude. Didn't they send you away in the first place?
Yeah, they did, Mr. Gentai, and yeah, it's complicated. They had like a big reception for me. I talked to Omakaikin on the the new star bases they're building, and then Lady Taimon was there, and some other people, and they're just like, hey, do you want to be on the list to get selected for administrator? And then finding out that fellows leaving, it's a lot.
That won't do. Empyrean basically just kind of walks down the stairs and unknowingly sits next to Kara while still looking at Cetsa and says, I do believe that the communications relay is rather temperamental this time of year. I'm certain that it's probably about to go down for several days, leaving us without any communications whatsoever. How terrible.
Excellent. That way we can, just, be relaxed, with family, and, just have a little time spending with Kara.
Oh, Kara? Where's Kara?
Cetsa has a shit-eating grin and just points.
Eli's also pointing.
After a minute, Kara, with her voice still the same as it was before, just kind of looks over and says, Hi, Daddy. My word. He kind of holds on to his glasses, looking at her closely. Well, that's...
We are inside DB, yes.
Or in the house, people are sitting down in the living room.
Okay. Daniel is still just kind of standing in the corner, looking around with his bag.
All right. Are you in your spacesuit?
Oh, no. This is, he may have wished he had it the last time we went on shore leave, but he didn't bring it this time. Just in his normal uniform with a duffel bag over his shoulder.
And at this point, Imperial is actually just kind of taking hold of Kara's head and is turning it this way and that, looking at her, examining the various different seams and mechanisms. She's like, very interesting, very interesting. And he's doing all this, and Kara's just progressively blushing more and more, and Melina is just like, Dear, stop that.
So, do you guys want her old robot arm as a form of baby teeth or something?
Imperial just kind of blinks and looks over. What would we do with it?
I don't know. Keep it,
Put it over the mantle?
Yeah, I guess. What Graves said. I don't know.
Oh, we could give it to Jasada as a project, Melina says.
Cetsa says, that works. I mean, certainly a good instructional lesson in, fine robotics.
The finest robotics, Eli says, a little bit self-smug.
Melina says, yes, and, from the local popular press, that information's also starting to spread around here. Your services to Cetsa have become, things of gossip and note.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Terrible business, that, yes. No. You heard, didn't you? There's a local official who just turned up dead.
Well, there's that, there's that. But, I mean, with respect to Eli, he is the one who returned Cetsa to, Ibby's status, getting rid of all those nasty Borg implants. But yes, then there's the murder too. That's the major gossip bit. But yeah,
actually, Imperian is now completely off track. And he says, "Well, wasn't that other lady, the Doctor 5?"
Yeah, but there's also the progression and yeah. But anyway, Eli has actually.
All right, I'm surprised that nobody made the joke. 3, sir.
3. Oh, God damn it. But yeah, so Eli, you've been told that the Ibby are starting to gossip around you being a figure of note and Cetsa coming back to, full Ibby status and getting deborgified.
I would say that she never stopped being Ibby. She just...
Well, some people are very particular about augmentations, especially those forced on others. The Borg are very much a reviled figure here on Iffar. not XPs, but like just the Borg Collective as its foreboding self.
The Queen and such.
Yeah. Like what the organization does and the technology and the effect that has on people. They are
Right.
needing help and sympathy.
Anything about me shooting that one guy with my rockets in my shoulder? Did they talk about that though?
I'm the hull of it's portrayed as a bit of a dashing figure. I'm not quite sure the rockets in play. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm not paying too close attention to that.
Okay, fair. I did help Cetsa by shooting a guy with rockets right in his face. Well, not his face, but
yes, I fear that with Setsa's predicament, that some of this talk might be feeding into that. She is one who was born from the Pantheon, and there's somewhat mythical status growing around her with her return from the Borg Collective and Progress and joining Starfleet and building bridges that we wouldn't otherwise have.
She does build a lot of bridges.
Setsa says, I like 3D modeling.
She also does the ones with popsicle sticks. She eats a lot of popsicles.
Graves says, it's cute.
Kara looks over. She built one that can hold me.
Yeah, that was...
It took most of the science lab, but yeah, it's part of that one.
Oh, anyway, Mom, we were hoping if we could stay a couple days, and, well, it'd be nice for Cetsa to get out of the limelight. Starfleet's got us down here for reason. Probably has a lot to do with them asking about Cetsa.
Yes, of course. Certainly the entire guest house is open to you, and the farmhouse, and just everything. Just whatever you need.
Thank you, Mommy.
You're
We're going
welcome.
to be setting up camp, like going camping and such. Camp town.
Oh, very good. Yeah, the grounds are open, and there's a little wooded area and a stream down the hill. And that
Before I forget, I brought a gift. Here, some seeds from Earth. He says, taking a bag out of his
very
pocket.
nice.
Rice and corn, very important Earth food.
Yes, excellent. There's a growing interest in Earth foods as well. So, we'll be able to do a little bit of experimenting with these. See how well they grow here.
Corn, you can do anything from making fuel to alcohol to just food.
Imperian takes actually a few of the corn seeds and pulls off his glasses and kind of puts on this magnifying eyepiece, and he's looking them over and saying, "Oh, this is interesting. I wonder if sheep eat corn."
They might. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I've never actually, besides being here, been to a farm.
Kara just kind of looks over and says, "Well, they could, Dad, but they're ungulates, so you probably want to keep things to pretty much grasses and whatnot. Anything that's going to be easier to digest is going to digest very quickly and cause them a lot of gas and problems."
Yeah. Imperion, leave the sheep to me. I mean, the experimentation is a little bit more, let's just say, ethical with other settings.
I will send you a document on all the fun things you could do with rice and corn.
Oh God, is it gonna include the Mystery Science Theater riff tracks bit of his corn grass?
If you want it to.
You guys are going to come back to Iffar next time, and Imperion has built an alcohol-fueled super tractor.
And with that, the group has basically got free reign to start setting up camp and to start mingling as they will. Milena is she's gotten to preparing some baked goods, spring wines, and various treats and snacks for the group, and they've also been able to order in some authentic Ibi hot meals as well. Just stuff from local diners that's indulgent, fatty.
Should be noted that it's interesting that the stuff that arrives from the, quote, local diners comes in on what is essentially a small aircraft. Local tends to mean something a little different when you live this far out.
Indeed. And, people can set up camp.
Come here a second. I got you a gift.
Oh, what?
Okay, so I got Graves a tent. He got like a medieval tent, so I just got a bunch of people tents. So you're going to be camping, yes?
Camping?
Yes, camping, like sleeping in a tent.
I've slept outdoors before, never in a tent. Usually under whatever.
I got you a Mongolian tent.
Ooh.
Yes. You can fill it with all the trappings that one would put in a tent.
I like it.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to set it up, but we'll help you. Yours is a bit more complex than everyone else's. You got like a big frame. I didn't realize that when I put in the order.
I'll have everyone else, and we could do mine.
Yeah. Tents.
You see John nearby digging a burrow with the foxes looking at him.
I also got John a tent.
I'm going to build it in underground.
I got you a tent, though, John. Look. Eli hands him a package.
Okay. I set that up in a sec. I'm going to dig for foxes. Oh, it's a little shuttlecraft tent. 1701D on the outside. John beams and says, "Okay. I set that up, but first I help foxes."
Of course.
I will say, is Grawl going to be on the camping side or the bed side?
Probably the bedside.
Okay, that works even better because at this point, Jasada has determined that you exist and is now following you around. Just looks up at you. You're fluffy.
Hey, Chilata Sunab 2. Is that the greeting to say thank you?
Jasada just looks up at you and shakes his head. Nope.
Okay.
You just say hi to people.
Okay, hi.
Hi! And he hugs your leg. You got pretty feathers.
Thank you. I can't think of anything to say.
You have been faced with the most dire of challenges. Conversation with a toddler.
Daniel walks by and just leans over to Goral and says, "Ask him about his favorite animal," and then continues walking.
Oh, yes, what's your favorite animal fish?
Oh, Kenobi. Kenobi. And he kind of runs over and picks up a picture book and brings it back to Grawl. And he basically shows you this cute thing that is essentially a squirrel analog on Iffar, which basically means that it has 5 legs and it's a little bit anatomically different than you're used to, but it's small and it's furry and it climbs trees.
This thing looks like one of the things back on the ship that got into the pizza stash.
Pizza?
Yes, it's don't ask is Checkers here?
Checkers is not here. He's still on the station.
I was gonna say don't ask the man.
Watch out the roll again.
More command presence.
Checkers is looking to stay the night somewhere else.
He's staying the night somewhere else. All right.
I was joking about it, but Grandpa Checkers.
All right. Rick, you are setting up with the rest of the group.
Yes.
What is your tent like?
His tent is perhaps more of a different. It's not an Earth-style tent. But at least like a more traditional tent. It's probably more closer to more like I need to find some images because I wasn't planning on doing this. It is perhaps more of like half a dome clamped on each side of a square box, pretty much. It's like a long thin, sort of like longer thin, but domed at the end. Probably not too big, but like sort of like some size of a small RV camp, like a caravan kind of size. That's Rick's tent.
He's got the biggest tent.
It's let's say what color it's a light sky blue kind of.
There's a sheep standing next to your tent.
Which I should point out should be interesting considering all the sheep are supposed to be in a paddock.
Yep.
Yeah, Rick will just sort of like bend down and try to scratch it on it, or do some scratches on its head as he bends down. How did you get here?
Ah.
All right, well, I didn't actually. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have expected you to respond. But I guess we can keep you around. Looks around, initially looking for Goral. Then Kara realized, oh wait, they're not camping. Then goes to get Eli, and he tries to get the sheep to follow him.
The sheep just lies down and keeps chewing.
Captain Ricola?
Eli is setting up his tent. It's basically like an American Civil War officer's tent. Yep.
We've got a sheep around that's decided to sit down by my tent.
I mean, it's a farm with sheep. There will be sheep around.
Yeah, but isn't it meant to be in a paddock or something?
No, pick it up then. Put it back.
Well, I don't know where it's meant to be. It's not my farm.
Then how do you know it goes in a paddock?
Because I don't see any other sheep around. It would be with other sheep.
Unless Rick was paying absolutely no attention, you did see a paddock with sheep on the way in.
Oh, well, I mean, there was that fenced-off paddock we passed. and sheep are meant to be where they have food.
Then go put it there. You don't have to ask my permission.
Well, I'm just sort of wondering if I could keep it in the camping ground. Make at
You want
least.
to keep? That's not a question for me. I don't own that sheep.
Well, not keep it forever. Just while we're staying here.
Again, that's not a question for me. I don't own the sheep.
To the audience, this would be the second sheep accidentally abducted by Reliant.
Third, actually.
Oh, fine. I'll take it back.
Fitness security.
Fitness security, indeed. We're just going with this.
Yep. Okay, so I'm doing the roll now. Athletics would apply here.
Yep.
Yes.
And we've got 2 momentum, but we don't need it because with 2 successes, you're able to just gently pick up the sheep. It doesn't resist, and you walk
I
it
just
back.
have to ask: is Rick wearing a shirt?
Yes.
Damn, because now I have this image. Like you have the sheep like both legs over your shoulders, just kind of carrying it off to the paddock, and it's like if somebody took a picture right now, this would be a calendar.
Cetsa takes a picture.
That's
The
going
shirt
in the
will be
year
edited off
Reliant
later.
calendar.
And with that, the evening progresses on. I mean, there's much foods. Graves and company set up a little fire, and it's starting to get a little dark, and you're just able to sort of chill and relax in this, picturesque little area.
After a while, Milena comes out. She basically just has a big plate full of cookies, and she just kind of sets it down near the campfire for everyone, and just waves and says, "All right, now if you need anything, we'll be over there. We usually go to sleep at about an hour from now, but if there's an emergency."
Thank you, Mama, says Cetsa.
You're welcome. And she just kind of gives her a pat on the head and turns to walk away.
Cetsa's tail wags, and she's very happy. She's mostly forgotten about the politics.
Hey guys, have you guys seen Checkers? Eli says around the bonfire that's in the middle of camp.
Graves says, he was with us when we were on the station and isn't here
I remember
anymore.
that.
I'm certain.
Did he come down with us?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him, at all down here.
John looks over. I saw him with the lady at the blue robes and armor.
Eli
Says-
looks to Graves.
Graves' eyes go wide.
Eli's also go wide.
Oh, no.
Oh no, indeed.
Okay, just don't tell Cetsa.
Yeah.
Tessa looks over. Tell me what?
What?
Nothing. Nothing. We're planning a surprise party.
You weren't supposed to
Oh.
tell her that.
I didn't hear anything. And she just
Okay.
kind of turns the other way.
Does she
Alright.
believe it though?
It's Cetsa. Yes, she does.
Okay. Alright, so what do you do about this?
Just don't panic.
I'm panicking.
We'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Speaking of, rolling again.
Graves says, "Oh, yeah, going all the way."
So, I mean, Vic approaches. So, this is part of Cetsa surprise party? What's.
Okay, it's not really a surprise party, but we're gonna have to do that anyway. So I'm just thinking when we get
Yeah.
back to Reliant, let's to help her de-stress from all the stuff that's gonna be happening here. Down and just do something. So yeah, we'll
Can we
be
do ice
thinking about
cream
that. Ice cream cake would be a good start.
Alright, I haven't had ice cream cake in a bit.
All right. Yeah, I'll probably have to do some gift shopping around here once we get into town.
Alright, that's a good idea. Wait, why gift shopping? Make something from the heart.
There's going to be some good woodworking stuff around here. It's Iffar. They go in for the crafts.
Why don't you make the wood though? Actually, wait, that sounds wrong.
Yeah, I probably won't have the time.
I mean, what else do you have to do?
A lot of Starfleet paperwork and stuff.
What do you mean Starfleet paperwork?
It's just more review stuff. I mean, they're just wanting more documents and just statements on this. Okay. So sorry about that. We just had a little bit of a technical hiccup. And just to recap, because I'm not quite sure where we got cut off by some internet hiccups. The group is just chatting around the campfire, and we basically just said, "Oh, wait, where's DB?" And DB's inside helping Mama Junrani cook or with baking and dishes.
Yeah, he's just kind of washing one of the pans in the sink. When she comes back into the house from delivering the cookies.
And cute. But Cetsa at this point though is just to do the outro and have the proper episode. Cetsa's went off to the sheep barn just to say goodnight to the sheep and good night sheep, and just give them each little scritches. And she's out there. Eli, you're just kind of like you kind of wander by the house just to see if like okay, DB's in there, good. So you're kind of nearby as you hear Cetsa saying goodnight to all the sheep. But then you hear something else. Sounds like something like someone just kind of like landed from somewhere. There's maybe like so you walk over to investigate.
Yeah.
So you see someone like standing around the corner, like watching the door as Cetsa comes out. And as Cetsa comes out, this person just sort of like rushes forward.
I'm going to tackle them.
And you go for a tackle.
Yes.
Okay, so roll fitness security to intercept. And once you hear this scuffle,
and we got momentum, so go ahead and use it for an extra die.
Yeah.
I might just use it for a reroll instead of a die, but
It's cheaper to do the die.
I don't know. I like the reroll more because I'm confident in my abilities.
Okay.
Fitness security.
Fitness security.
A third die just opens me up for 3 complications.
Yeah, no cons.
2 crits.
Okay, I'm gonna reroll that 16.
Okay.
See? Boom.
2 successes. With that, you're able to like this person like is within an inch of like grabbing Cetsa and doesn't notice you. Cetsa has like she's just done a little eep, which others may not have heard, and you're able to just tackle this guy down. He looks like an ibby in sort of a dark fatigues and like a black jacket.
Time to start pummeling.
All right, go ahead and give me daring security. This is very acrobatic.
All right, daring security. That is better.
Do. Dramatic music. Dun dun dun. 3 successes. You're able to like really lay into this guy, but like as you're able like bringing this beat down, he sort of reaches back and kicks and sends you flying like a good like 15 feet back.
But I got 3 successes.
You did. I mean, you did a lot of damage, but something's up here. This guy just like hit you hard, like unnaturally hard. And as you stand,
I'm hitting you unnaturally hard.
Well, I know. We're going for dramatic here.
Okay.
Like there's like no significant damage to you. There's significant damage to him.
Well, Eli's pummeling him. He just yells, "Cetsa, run!"
Cetsa starts running. This individual like turns back and like something in their hand changes and like there's a yellow glow and he's looking back. So what do you do in this situation? Do you have any special equipment on you?
I'm going to throw the shoe, George Bush style.
All right.
Knife out. Shoe knife out.
No shoulder rockets?
Well, I'm wearing my uniform, not the suit.
Okay, throw the shoe.
All right. Is that going to be?
Yeah, I mean it's a long shot.
Okay. Again, this is the knife shoe, so.
Yeah, but this thing might not be, humanoid.
Listen.
This is a rocket
doesn't-
target.
Okay, you know what?
Does the shoe
Phaser then.
explode?
No, phaser then.
Okay, yeah, go for the phaser.
And everybody can hear this going.
Yeah, everyone hears a phaser go off and this guy gets hit. And as a result, this guy discharges a small anti-proton beam, which sort of, it's probably on a stun setting, but it definitely like pierced the night a little bit. So everyone is now on alert. And
Lights
basically
go up in the farmhouse.
yeah, and like the first up is Graves, and he's like augmented, so he's hauling it. And you see from the phaser hit, this thing's form starting to change. And Eli, as Cetsa is sort of like rounding the corner and getting into cover, you see that this thing is a fucking Undine.
Fucking hell.
This is also about the point where a second floor window just shatters and there's a massive thump as Kara leaps out the window.
All right, so I will give sort of the finishing blow as basically Eli, you can take another shot and really mess this thing up, and then Kara can just smash him. So it's a 1-2 punch here to finish up.
Ryuji's ready just in case we don't get it done.
Yeah. I mean, you can also have Ryuji step in and just like do a big slash and then crunch. It just depends on who you want to like be the one to set up the combo.
I'm going to have Ryuji do it. Eli's done a lot already.
Okay, so Ryuji is going to go in for a slash. He's right there with Graves.
If it comes to Kara, she got a success.
1 success for Kara, so she will be able to do the smashing, sufficient for the combo hit. And 2 successes with Ryuji. Ryuji, you're just able to come up behind and just, charge.
Actually, I like the idea of this. Basically, Kara runs up and grabs the thing, and as Ryuji comes up, she turns and holds the Undine out towards him.
Ryuji takes his Odachi. It lights up with blue fire as he thrusts the blade.
And with that, you're able to kill the Undine. And with that, we're going to finish up the episode. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time on Star Trek Reliant. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Why can't we have a single normal vacation?
I've done, like, this is definitely a situation of, like, Daniel, like, when you're on the other end of this, you just, like, hear the phaser shot outside, and you're just like, that's space bullshit. I'm not involved in that. I'm just going to keep doing dishes.
Rick
I was
is
just in the middle of typing that.
is running, but he just gets it too late to have done anything.
Yeah. So, yeah, normally I would make that, like, more of a group encounter, but yeah, we're late, so I just wanted to fit and just
I was
have
about to
the
say, the main reason Kara got there was because of property damage.
And